need a break, and you are making me break down. You did something stupid. You're mad at yourself because you made a mistake.
So Angela and Michael are back on our screens, and Angela is wasting no time doing exactly what she always does. Verbally abusing and berating her husband, and trying to justify it by claiming it's because she loves him so much.
It's just annoying that he doesn't see that. And I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm so nervous.
Now, a lot has happened since we last saw them on our screens. In fact, a lot has happened since this episode has been filmed. So let me just backtrack for a second. So this episode was filmed quite some time ago. It makes sense to watch it, to analyse this episode in light of what's really happening in real life, which is that Michael came to the States, then literally ran away from her. He ran away, quote, in fear of his life. Now, if you're not up to date with that drama, if you're not up to date with the $10,000 reward, the burner phones, the police involvement and all the other crazy drama, then I'll include some further reading for you down below in the description. But knowing what we now know, knowing that Michael came to the States, he's currently in the States, but he's run away from Angela and they're currently filing for divorce, does give a very interesting backdrop to what we're about to watch. There's a lot of clues, a lot of foreshadowing in the episode that we're about to look at. So we join them in this episode, the night before Michael's spousal visa interview, and they're both nervous.
Tomorrow's literally the most important day of our life.
I know.
You cannot screw nothing up. I'm watching you, dude.
Angela saying, "I'm watching you, dude," is literally like a forewarning of the show that's about to come. But for now, the most important takeaway from this is that after years of back and forth to Nigeria, after multiple rejected visas, tomorrow's interview will determine whether or not he'll finally be allowed into the States, whether or not US officials actually believe that their marriage is genuine.
3 years ago, Michael and I applied for a spousal visa. There's a huge backlog in Nigeria, so Michael's application was transferred by the US Embassy to another country.
So the application was moved to the Ivory Coast, but the real question is Michael okay? Just look at his face. He doesn't really look present, does he? It's like he's zoned out. It's like he's just letting Angela talk because she loves hearing her own voice so much. Now, I'm sure you don't need me to tell you that Angela has a reputation. She's proved over and over again that she is a violent lady. She does have a track record of being an abusive partner. There's no other way to put it. Perhaps that explains why Michael's acting so passive here. He's biding his time. He's giving this pretense that he's under Angela's control. He's working extra hard to please her, make her happy, and hopefully get that visa.
We've been through a lot and we are meant to be together. We've come this far. We are flying back home together, okay? And live as one family.
Watching that, you might be forgiven for thinking that Michael's pretty happy in this relationship. So Angela wants to test him. She wants to ask him the kinds of questions the interviewer might ask him tomorrow. And despite a slight stumble over not knowing what religion she was raised in, it's very clear the man has adequately prepared. He's prepared some very cheesy, very loved up answers in the hopes he might be able to convince the immigration agent that what they have is real.
How do you know you love your wife?
She showed me the definition of true love.
Oh, how sweet. Or should I say, how fake? I mean, could this be any more different from the real life version of Michael? The version of Michael that's quivering, fearing for his life? I don't know, like, not to be a skeptic, but I just don't believe it. This doesn't feel real. There's always been so many question marks about why Michael has stayed with Angela. Does he really love her? Or has this all just been a long play in the hopes that he'll be able to get himself a green card? And look, if that does indeed turn out to be the case, if this was all just so that he could get himself to the States, can we all agree that he's had to work bloody hard for it?
If it was another woman, she would have left me long time ago.
I really believe that we're soulmates, and that's why I can't get away from him.
Oh, the irony, right? Because he sure as hell can and has got away from you, Angela. Now, what's interesting to see is online, Angela does have some supporters somehow. There is a minority, but there are some people who believe that Angela poured her heart and soul into the relationship for 7 years and Michael has just used her for a green card. But where I stand, I believe that Angela's treated him so badly over the years that if she's deluded herself that this younger man really does love her, if she's brought him to the States, then by running away, he's just seizing his opportunity. He's just trying to make a better life for himself in America without Angela. Either way, as it stands right now in this episode, we see how Angela always tries to lord her power over Michael. She issues an ultimatum. She tells him he better pass the interview tomorrow or this relationship is as good as over.
I'm telling you from my heart, I cannot do this anymore. I think I stuck around more than most women would have. I swear I feel that in my heart.
If you fail the interview tomorrow, then we've run out of options to be together. I will be done with this marriage, she tells her husband. Michael just comforts her. He tells her she's got nothing to worry about, which we know is true to a point. And as the pair head back to their hotel room, they jump on a call with Angela's kids and grandkids.
Michael, please come home. I need you over here to handle my sisters. I can't no more.
Okay, don't worry.
Michael really did seem, or does seem, to have a good relationship with Angela's grandchildren. You can see just how keen they are for Angela to bring Michael, or Papa Michael, back home when she returns. Like, keep in mind, these kids know no different. They don't know a life without Michael. He's been an ever-present for the last 7 years, at least virtually.
Tomorrow's outcome doesn't just affect him and I. It also affects all my grandkids back in the States. They've been waiting just as long as us, 7 years, to have Papa Michael come home.
Now, with that said, not everyone is holding their breath. You see, Angela's daughter Skylar, the one that they wanted an egg from, still doesn't seem very keen on Michael. But she does promise her mum to give him a chance if and when he makes it to the States. There's clearly opposition to their marriage. There's clearly a lot of issues that these two will need to face. But they romantically vow they will get through this as long as they've got each other.
We'll be a real family. Real families have problems, and we'll just deal with them like we deal with our relationship.
Yeah, we'll take it among each other. So
yeah, take it one day at a time.
Indeed, one day at a time. Very, very wise words, because when we join them the next day, all hell is about to break loose. Text appears on screen in the way that it only ever does on this show when something dramatic has happened, that tells us the next day, Angela found screenshots that Michael was planning to take with him to the interview. And it's safe to say, she wasn't happy with them.
I need a break, and you are making me break down. You did something stupid. You're mad at yourself because you made a mistake.
Now, for some unknown reason, Michael thought it was a good idea to include screenshots of the fight he and his wife had when Angela discovered in the past that he'd been cheating. His logic was including the fact that as a married couple they've had highs and lows would make their relationship seem more believable. But Angela's take is that she doesn't understand why he'd include anything that would give the officer a reason to doubt the authenticity of their love. Why would you put something that makes it look like you don't love me, Michael?
Who would put that in there? Nobody. I can't figure out why would you put those texts in there? They don't want to see us fighting. That's a denial.
Angela's stressed. She's not getting any younger, and the entire relationship, her entire marriage, hinges on the outcome of this interview. You can see she's desperate for everything to go perfectly. But, as seems to happen so often, with that stress also comes Angela's volatile, aggressive side. This, I'd suggest, was probably the side that Michael ended up running from.
If you're so smart, put that back and make sure they see that one first. That is incriminating.
Now, on this occasion, it's Angela that storms out. She tells Michael that he can go to the interview alone. She's fuming. She reminds us that this will be Michael's third interview application. He has been denied twice before, so obviously the agents will be taking a much closer look at his application than normal. Those screenshots, she says, could hinder everything. And while that may be true for any other couple, she seems to be conveniently forgetting that her entire relationship has been filmed on TV. She's being very naive if she thinks the agent doesn't already know every little detail. Still, Michael seems desperate for her support.
Michael,
Can we go together, please?
Absolutely not. Do something on your own. See you later. And oh, by the way, good luck.
So Michael heads to the interview alone. He just wants to focus on passing. He'll have to deal with Angela when he gets back. But Angela, strangely, has now had a change of heart. She's sat in the bedroom feeling bad. She, in fact, tries to justify what just happened, her aggressiveness, by telling us when she gets angry, she says things that she doesn't really mean.
And I just, as mean as I can be, I have a big heart. And I just feel bad I didn't go with him. I should have, just went.
It's like she's overly keen to prove to us, to tell us that she's not a bad person. I have a big heart. I really do love him, she desperately tries to convince everyone. It's almost as if roles should be reversed. She should be the one in the interview. She's the one trying to justify and prove their love. She's the one trying to rationalize her anger.
I'm gonna feel like a ass if he don't get it, because I don't want him not to get it. I wouldn't be here if I didn't want him to get the visa. I wouldn't be here.
Oh, the irony. How quickly everything can change, hey? Like, here she is talking about how desperately she wants him to get the visa, yet in real life, in real time, she's also now telling everyone she's hired 3 lawyers, supposedly $10,000 an hour, to fight her case, get a divorce, and supposedly kick him out of the States. Yeah, how quickly times change.
It's just annoying that he doesn't see that. And I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm so nervous.